Well, good morning, y'all. Dave here, Double Hook Angling. How y'all doing today? Well, let's go through and say hi to everybody. Get up here. Okay, so Avid was first in, and I see Joe Buck. Good morning, Keith. Brandon, Chad, Avid. Hi. Oh, that's it. That was a Bigfoot call. Hi. Uh, well, little change of pace today. Today I'm wearing my sponsor shirt, my Factory 233 Printing Company shirt. That's my neighbor. He's been a friend of mine for he used to be a barber back in the day, and he cut Timothy's hair, and for the first time and Timothy's 23 now, so he cut Tim's hair when he was like 18 months old or something like that. But he's been a good friend, and he started after while he had the barber. He started his t-shirt and printing business, and now he does everything. He does my hats, my shirts, my stickers, all that good stuff. And he's a great guy. So, and I got a big sticker that's like 11-inch sticker. Hey, LG Bass, let's get jiggy. Yeah, I will just a second. And but I got these 11-inch stickers on the back of my window because I thought about putting them on the side of the truck. I just don't want to really do that because the color of my truck would kind of clash pretty bad with the orange. Maybe one of these days we get a different, another truck, but mine's only got 50 some thousand miles on it, so it'll be good for a long time. Um, but I'm gonna replace those stickers. They're kind of my old colors, like what you see up here, that color. And I'm going to put the bright orange on the back because somebody told me, "Oh, I didn't notice your sticker. I've been driving by your house for years," and I was like, "Well, it's been on there for over a year," and he said he didn't see it, so I'm gonna make it bright on the back window. Bright stickers on the back window. They look good. So, and I've got some of you guys up there too. So, and if anybody wants to swap stickers, let's send me an email, mail me a sticker. You mail me a sticker, I'll mail you one back. So Rosie's being stubborn. It's not so cold out this morning. It's cold out, but it's like kind of that foggy cold, so it's tolerable to be outside. And Rosie's like, she doesn't want to come back in. She's arguing with Naomi. Naomi goes out there to try to see if she come in. I went out there to try to see if she wanted to come in, and she's actually stomps her feet and was like, wanting to play and barking at me. So I was like, well, you're having fun out here. You can just stay out here. So, but what I got going on today is we're going to tie some itty bitty 180s. Sorry, I got something in my eyeball. So I'm going to run and get those jigs. Yeah, I sent something better. Oh, hey, Avid. I was going to do a mail call on the package that I got. Would you, do you want me to do a mail call on here, or you want me to just do a standalone mail call video? I'm going to leave it up to you, but you sent them. I'm going to go get these little jigs real quick, and I'll wait for a response. So you want me to make a standalone video or just do it on here? Okay, so I just baked a few this morning because I just wanted to, I didn't have much time, so I just colored these up this morning. I know you can see them little bit, but they're so tiny I can't hardly my fingers. Okay, pick one up and show it to you. Either one. Um, nah, I'll just do a standalone video because I'll do a standalone video, Avid. I want to give you the the time. I mean, you sent that to me, so I want to make it right. So, um, but this is see if that thing will focus in. I'll probably mess up my camera. But this is how small that jig is. See, it's so small it won't even focus. These are 180s. I get my squinting vision going. Anyfin, how you doing? Yeah, I'll just do a standalone. I want to give you the individual time. I don't know how I wanted to say that, but the individual time you deserve. Okay, so these are going to be some. I'm going to tie kind of a goofy color. I been I don't know. Pink goes with a lot of different stuff, but I have a bunch of little gray ends sitting here from when I made my uh, little gizzard shad, or I shouldn't say little; they were eighths, through 2.5 inches long. But I had a couple of people that wanted those this week, which is kind of cool. And last Friday, man, we caught some big crappie. And then Sunday we went out again and with Pond Hopper again, and with Rex, and this time Jared and Mike came with us, and we caught some, but my memory cards were so full I couldn't record, so I feel bad, guys. But there's no videos of Jared and Mike and on that day, so I apologize to them and everybody else. I just I was so excited to go fishing, I forgot to empty my cards. But here after this live, I'm going to empty those cards because I got the video off of there that I wanted to download, but I didn't empty the cards after I downloaded the video. So, but with these jigs, these are super simple, super easy. And take one feather, fold it back, and like what I said before, I always do like 1.5 length of the hook, and then lock that on there. And I want that feather to kind of stand sideways so it gives a bigger profile like that from the side, kind of like the tail. Then get my see if I can find what I did with my little purple the other day. But you can tie now that we've got a gray on the back, and gray and pink go together really well, but any combination that goes with the purple. Well, now I had it. I probably misplaced it. I was ill prepared again today. I know I had that purple out the other day, but I don't remember what I did with it. It's probably buried under some of this junk. Oh. These old cheese boxes work really good for holding your little bags of chenille. That should even be in there. Sorry, guys. I gotta figure out where it went. I know I had one. Oh, it's gonna get me flustered. I don't know what I did with it. Huh. Well, we may just have to. I may be. What did I do with it? I may just have to skip that color. Hey, Robin, how you doing? I'm gonna read some stuff for you real quick. Any fin, I have so many tech issues because I'm an idiot. When it comes to this computer, oh, I thought I found it there for a second, but that wasn't it. Oh, I got a mess. What did I do with that the other day? Well, I can't find it. So you know what we're going to do? I'm going to change my mind. I wanted to do purple. Okay, so like these micro chenilles like this, I had a purple. I don't know where it went. So I'll have to find it. So instead of doing that, I'll do this. This is a good color too. So this will just be a brighter color. Sometimes you just ain't got what you ain't got, and you got to do what you got to do, if that makes any sense. So using some double negatives and all that other improper grammar. Yeah, I need to get organized. You dang right. This is my organization, is like all of these boxes and stuff. I do have somewhat of an organization, I've got some of this organized, but I'm not very organized. Hi, I knew you would just go run in here on me. What are you doing? You want to lick me? You want to bite me? You want to love me? I missed you too. You was outside a whole 10 minutes. All right, now go. Sorry, guys. Hey, don't you jump up here again. Dogs. You gotta love dogs. She was outside enough. She was like, hey. Okay. I know it's hard to see, but we'll go with that one. I wish I would have found my purple because that would have looked way better in purple. I'm going to have to find it here after a while. I just don't want to waste so much time on live with you guys and, like make you just sit there doing nothing. But that was the pink one. Pink head, gray tail, and green body we're going to use. Rosie, down. Trying to get some cat food. That cat don't want you to eat its food. Down. Sit. Why are you so hinky? Look at you breathing hard and everything. Did you run in circles out there? Huh? Okay, I'll get her to calm down in a second. She's really cold. All right, go see Mama. All right, so now this is like the that shad gray that I did, the gizzard shad. I was having a moment there, but on this we won't have any of the rubber like on my gizzard shad. It has these little rubber legs on the back for with the skirt for the feathers. So I don't have any in here. I think I got it. Yeah, I put the extras in my box. So morning, Split Shot. How you doing? That's funny, Robin. I'll start doing commands on here. Sit. I had a friend that every time he'd call me back when the Alexa thingy started, he'd call me and I'd say, "Hey Alexa," loud enough on his phone. If he'd be by it, it would turn it on, and it was funny. Like they got these commercials now. It's like they'll say, "Hey Alexa, show me the stats for football game or whatever." It's just make somebody's stuff go off. That's funny. It's just like when Avid does the whole frog squeaky thing and makes the dogs look around.
Be nice.
Now that I'm going to do that color, I know I've seen a gray.
That'd be nice.
Here's dot. I said, there it is. I found my gray. Hi. No, I didn't say come up here. Mom put on a coat on you. You look like a dork. What does it say? It says Mommy's Little Love on the back of that coat. That looks... Well, we put sweaters on our dogs for the simple fact is I'm a cheapskate. My house is 64 degrees, and I will not let the furnace get any higher than that. You want warmer than that, you put a coat on, because I ain't turning the furnace up. Cost too much. I've seen that slip. Now, here's another thing is, guys, on these, I know a lot of people complain that on these nickel hooks that the thread wants to slide. And what I do is I just put a lot of tension on there and pull it harder. And if it does slip, I like what I just did is I'll back it off and just do it again. Because I don't want them jigs to slip. I don't want them to roll as I'm finishing them off. Sometimes all your material just roll off the head and then you're up a creek. Okay. And these jigs are super simple. You just tie on a feather. Whoops. And you tie your chenille on. See, I ain't got my squinters on good enough. You know, I've noticed a big difference from tying jigs in the morning. There's some extra junk on there. From tying jigs in the morning to tying jigs in the afternoon. My eyesight is actually better in the afternoon. I don't know if that has something to do with some kind of medical thing that I just don't know about, or if it's just part of my... I got some messed up eyes anyways. I have some eye vision issues. I have photophobia, which just basically, sensitivity to bright light. So like when I, these glasses I have on, they're the darkest legal tint you can drive with. Team Snag and Whiskers. Morning, Dustin. How you do? Now we just tying some itty bitties. And I mean itty bitties. So see, look at that little bitty dude. See, here I'm gonna poke it in my finger. See, under my skin. So y'all can maybe see it better. It's hard to see something so small. But anyways, those things are like 3/4 of an inch long. And this is the first one that I did. Does it show up? On my end, it looks all right. So hopefully on your guys' end, it looks good too. So, but swap it around. It just takes a little longer to tie some of these. So I might as well just tie some up and be done with it. Hey, KY. Chad. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, guys. You know how it is. When you tie jigs, you try to focus on this. And from focusing on this little bitty thing to try to focusing up there to the chat is a little hard sometimes. I did bring my other phone. But, hey, the other day, you guys, man, we went out and we were getting some really nice crappie. 12. I think the smallest one was like 11 inches and the biggest one was 15 plus. And the biggest one was also... almost 2 pounds. It's been 1 pound, 14 ounces would have been it. That's a nice crappie. When you get crappie like that, you only need a few for dinner, even if you're a bigger guy. I mean, unless you're just really laying down some crappie fillets. But normally, your fillets are like this big. Well, these fillets, when we were done, these fillets were like this big. The back section like this where the tail, and then up here where the back strap's at. And then fillets, they were 3/4 of an inch thick. Some of them I had to recut after I cut off. So, because what I'll do is I'll take the fillet, like, here's the back strap and here's the tail part. I will cut it right here behind the stomach, and then I'll do the back half of the fish and then the front half, because they cook at different rates. And so the back half will be mushy and the front half will be done, or the back half will be done and the front half will be still kind of raw. You don't want to eat no raw freshwater fish. That's for sure. You'll end up with some kind of parasites.
Yeah.
But this time of year, you would think that these are the jigs you'd want to use, these little bitty dinky things. But man, the other day, like I said, on them big 2.5 inch, 3 inch long gizzard shad. So I mean, some of them jigs vary in length. So, Miss Chrissy. Well, Chrissy, I appreciate you last night, man. Last night when I posted the link for this today, for some reason put PM, not AM. It happens. Sometimes we forget what we're doing. And but I posted that last night, and I had the time wrong, so everybody probably would have thought we was going up tonight, not now. She's fine. She just wants some love. And I think what it is I noticed that when I raise my voice, even saying something to Gregory or something, if I get a little, I have to chew on somebody a little bit, be like, hey, she wants to get super lovey and calm me down. I think that's the reason why they, when I get to talking to you guys so loud, because I'm trying to get you to hear me, because I don't know how good my mic is. And I noticed that some of the things I've been screaming on. So maybe if I try to remember to talk in this tone, maybe she won't be so apt to want to jump up here and stuff, but maybe not. I'll stop petting her. All right, get in. Rosie, down. Get in. Down. You just want to love me. Now she's like she's holding my hand with her mouth.
Rosie, you can love me.
All right, go away. Gregory caught the biggest crappie. Well, actually, Jared did. But Jared was on Friday. Yes, Gregory did catch the biggest crappie, and in the video, that was the biggest crappie. It was what Gregory caught. In the on Sunday though, let me show you. Actually, no, I take that back. I did catch the biggest one on Friday too. We just I kind of. Anyways, we won't. I'll let Gregory have that one because he was arguing his was the biggest, and his was the biggest, like weight-wise, but mine was the biggest lengthwise. So we're just, that day is Gregory's. But Jared from Pond Hopper TV, he had the big one. So that's the big one. That's a big one. But Gregory is 25 years old, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, Gregory's 25. And Gregory's birthday is next month on the 25th. So he'll be 26 years old. Been kind of ornery this last week, too.
His birthday's coming up.
Rosie, what are you doing? There ain't nothing up there for you. You just want attention. I don't know why. Here, I'll give you a big hug. Oh! All right. All right, get in. Go away. Anyways. Yeah, it was a beautiful fish. Yeah. I'm sitting here trying to put a jig on it where on my vise. I already got one up there. See, they're so small I can't see them. Yeah, if you could have made, hey Ashley, how you doing? Yeah, everybody wants loveys today. Especially Rosie is like super lovey in the morning when we get up. I think that a lot of that has to just do with Everybody got up. She'd been asleep all night. She won't I get up in the morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. She'll sit there and sleep on. She sleeps on the love seat in the living room. But she'll sleep on the love seat and she'll be there until like 7:30, and then the other dogs will get up, and she'll just be like, "Oh, other one's up. Time to get up." She'll get up and she'll just be running around doing her thing, getting in the way, wanting to love on you. And then when 9 o'clock rolls around, she's back down for a nap. I hear you getting up in there. What are you doing? Eating cobwebs? Really? Give me that. Oh no, I need to clean that, huh? You're always being stubborn in the mornings. Always being stubborn in the morning. Set.
Come here.
Good girl.
She's going.
I know, she's just clingy. A lot of it also is Gregory's not here. He goes to the thrift stores. So that's why you guys also see her do this a lot too. She's just a very affectionate dog. And that's 24/7 with, 4 humans all the time. That's what she wants. She's just always got somebody here. When you leave her here by herself, I set up the camera one time to see what she does. She just walks back and forth from the window to the door. Then she'll lay down, then she'll get up and she'll go and play with the girls. Stomp on the. Basically, she goes over and she puts her big paw on the Dachshund's like, "Hey, what's up?" And they just argue with her, want to yell at her. Yeah. Rosie wants her own live. Hey, that'd be kind of cool. Strap a GoPro on her and just let her run around.
The day of the life of a Doberman.
Yeah, the day in the life of Rosie, the Dobie. Yeah, she's a Doberman. If you guys don't everybody's like, "Oh, my dog is this, da 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 da." But for some reason, if you look at the psychology of Dobermans, and there is a pet psychology, and basically at the actions and the behavior of Dobermans are a breed within themselves. Dobermans are the only dog species or dog breed that will look you straight in the eye and not, or you can look them straight in the eye and they do not see it as a sign of aggression. It's a sign of connection. But that was bred into them for what they were bred for, which was tax collection purposes and things like that. The European Dobermans were also bred more for loyalty, which that's what she is. She's a European. She's not an American. The Americans are more known to actually be a little bit more nippy and stuff. If you want like a show dog and like a pet for inside the house to protect your house, you get an American Doberman. You want a service dog or a big dog that's more like a Weimar or something like that, then get the European Doberman because they're a little bit more faithful and loyal. They don't run off as much. They're not they're exploratory, but they gotta have you in their eyesight, the Europeans. So, but they are a standalone dog. They are very headstrong. They kind of do what they want. If they want up on you, they'll get up on you. You can push them off. And sometimes it looks like I'm being mean and pushing her hard. I had somebody say that. And it's just a big dog. She weighs 70 pounds. So, right pretty close to it. Last time we weighed her, she was like 66. So, and that was like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Actually, probably about 2 weeks ago. And she's still growing because she's only 10 months old. She can be a pain in the butt too. But that's Dobie's. Yeah, I think all Dobermans are just like that. It's just, the Dobies are so lovey, and they just got to be, and they want to put their head on you. They're going to come up and just lay their head on you. They want to be in your lap. Well, guess what? You're going to get a big dog in your lap. And there's times where, even as big as she is, she will actually get up on my lap in my wheelchair and sit on my lap, legs half hanging off and everything.
She's trying to be like the
So
gossip.
she wants to be a lap dog. Catch that fur.
Okay. You need to quit doing stealing the show.
Yeah. Well, hey, she's way prettier to look at than I am.
Quit killing them.
She's over there.
I'm here.
She's trying to get the Dotsons out of Naomi's lap to sit in her lap.
I'll save you.
But I am I got enough scrap wood that I'm contemplating in my garage. My garage is pretty big. My garage is 35 feet long and 18 feet wide. But in the back corner, I'm thinking about taking like a 8x8 area and putting it in the back corner. And it can also, like if we ever move away, it could be taken down easily because I'm just going to screw everything together as far as stud wise, which you're supposed to nail stuff together in houses because screws break, nails bend. So if you ever build a house, I used to build houses that, back in the day. You ever build a house and you build a house with screws, just the wind shear will snap those screws off, and then all of a sudden things will start falling apart. Use nails and the house will withstand a long time. Yeah, Morello, good morning to you too. Yeah, if you ever had a dog and you've had a dog for a long time and then they pass on, it's hard. I've had two good dogs in my life. My first good dog was named Scooter, and that's when I was a young man. Oh, I think my parents got him when I was 12 years old, and he lived until I was like 20, 23 or 20, probably 24. So, and then he passed on, and I missed him. He was a half poodle, half schnauzer. He was 17 pounds of madness. He was a good dog. I actually really liked that dog. That dog, you'd come in the house and he'd sit there and you'd say, "Come here," and you'd pat your chest and he'd jump up in your arms, and he was a real good dog. Easy to walk. You didn't have to use the leash to walk him.
Go home.
This one, you take this one outside and she'll walk with you for a little bit. But if she sees a cat or something like that, she wants to go get it, and I have to stop her. I mean, she might run 20, 30 feet, and then I'd, Rosie, come here like that, and she stops in her tracks and comes back.
Daisy was the other one.
Hi, Thumpaholic. Super Smurf. Hey, Eric, how you doing? 28 deals to CatCon, or 28 days to CatCon. Yeah, I'm not driving clear over to that side of Missouri. It's too far. It take me 14 hours to get there. But the only reason why I didn't go to CatCon in October when it was in Kansas City is my son's wedding was the week prior. So I just couldn't afford it. There wasn't no way it was happening. But I appreciate all y'all coming in. We got 30 people in here. Remember, hit that thumbs up button if you would, please. Yeah, CatCom is where I'm going to CatCom this year. And if they do the same thing at the Kansas City one where they do the jigs and stuff, maybe I will, maybe I'll even possibly get a booth if I can. If not, I'll sell it in the parking lot out of the back of my truck. Oh,
you're not a gun seller.
Hey, you can't say that. Everybody will get. What's funny is we live in a constitutional state. Guns here, if you want to carry a gun, carry a gun. They don't care. Conceal and carry, don't matter. There's no permits needed. As long as you're not a felon and you can pass the background check to buy the gun, or if you buy a gun from your friend or whatever you got to do. the she's chewing on the lid of a box and dragging it around. The but I had an incident here, recently where a friend of mine had a problem at the lake and got me to thinking again. Maybe I need to start taking care of myself again, if you know what I mean. Another vendor, Dave. Hey, you know what? I would really, really love to. Between now and October, I'll bet you I could tie quite a bit because my goal this year is I do want to tie. My goal is to definitely pour enough, and right now I've got 2,000 jigs poured, so that'll keep me busy for a couple months. I want to get to where I've got 6,000 jigs tied up in packs, ready to go. I know that sounds like a lot, and it may just be too much, but you know what? You can't fish every day, and I'm tired of sitting here watching TV. A bit like this last week, I was on my computer for about 16 hours trying to figure out all this editing stuff. I'm so technologically ignorant. I spent 2 or 3 hours trying to make a thumbnail, and I had so much trouble with that thumbnail. I got to arguing with myself and all that. That's the one where it's the winter monster crappie. So I asked a friend, and I got Rex made my thumbnail for me from Pond Hopper. He's just in Wichita, 30 miles away. I think we're going to become pretty good friends. I mean, we already kind of are becoming, decent friends. So as time goes by, you get to know somebody, and you've got enough in common, then you'll get along. So, and he also helped me build my website and stuff like that. And of course, another guy that makes some great thumbnails is John Parker. Mr. Parker, he's made me a few, and I really appreciate him too. I appreciate everybody that helping me out. But you know what? For some reason, I pulled that feather so short. I don't like that. Sitting here talking and not paying attention. Hey, Randall. I don't think I said hi to you yet. Bugman. Fishing Frustrations, Coastal Water. Say hi to Panda. I'm going to redo that. I didn't like that, the way that one turned out. I did something not right. Then I tried to do it better, and I just broke off. All right, I gotta have to. Sometimes you just gotta back up and start over. Get off my thumb. All right, I having issues. Quit. Woosah. Calm down, Dave. It'll be okay. Sometimes I get to not focusing on what I'm doing and trying to talk, or even when I'll talk to Naomi while I'm tying jigs during the day, and I'll be like, I messed that one up, and she'll just giggle. I'm like, really? I'll miss somebody, didn't I? Well, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Welcome in. Glad to have you. We're just tying up some itty bitties. This is be my last one of this color, and then we'll switch if you guys are getting bored of looking at the same gray one. I need to also, I was thinking, back to my story from earlier, I got sidetracked. But in the corner of my garage, I think I can take a 8x8 area and make the ceiling only about 7 foot tall, because I'm in a chair and my wife's only 5'1", and that's if you hold her by her head and shake her. Sorry, dear. But I'm thinking about making that like a little office, like a tie-in room, to where I can have everything organized. And then like in front of me, I have like the computer, like what I got now, and the camera and the device and the table. But then like right here beside me, have shelves up to where I can have all my little totes and things like that and hanging on the wall. Was that tribulation ready survival? Hey there, I told you I was going to try to make. You couldn't chat. You was in the wrong app. Huh. Can you scroll back for a question? Okay, Robin. Here, let me. Well, that probably won't show up on my phone. Okay. Robin sent me a question. Was that question from Robin? Casco. Hold on, I'm scrolling up. I gotta go slow. I read slow. Okay, Dave, do you think it is better to dehydrate wings before dyeing them or color and then I would almost say, okay, so I see what you said, Robin. Is that, I hope that's the question you was asking about, hon. Let me, why I'm up here. Oh, hi. Okay, Mike. I didn't realize that was you, bud. Hi, Sis Rose. How are you doing? Okay, I think I'm back where I'm supposed to be. All right, Robin. If it was me, I would dye the wings and then dehydrate them, and see if it does anything to the dye. To me, it would sound like it would, if you dyed the wings, there's enough moisture in the bird wing still that um, maybe it'll help accept, like, okay, like with my thinking, I'm thinking like if you try to use a dry sponge, it doesn't pick up very much water, but if you use a sponge that's been wet and you wring it out really well, it has enough moisture in it that it'll wick in the moisture faster. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, is if you dye the wing while it is still um, uh, uh, full moisture in the flesh and the feather, then maybe it might accept the dye better. And then you can dry them off and then finish dehydrating them. But if you dye the dehydrated ones and the color holds and sticks, there may not be a difference. I didn't, I everything that I have dyed in the past has been like rabbit fur. I just buy white and then dye what I want and stuff, because sometimes you can get pinks and things like that. They're just not bright enough maybe. So then if you dye like I say, okay, so if they're going to dye stuff, sometimes they don't use pure white to dye stuff. They use an off white or a dirty white because they're dyeing it. So they, I guess those manufacturers just use the off stuff, like use the pretty white for selling as white and then use the off stuff to dye. I've watched a couple videos of companies where they were doing some dyeing and stuff just to see if I could dye. The dyes that you can get for fabric are almost the same dyes that you would use for feathers, if that makes sense. T-shirt dyes work really well, and you can get some really vibrant colors with some of the tie-dye stuff. So that's, a possibility there. So, and do I have a color preference? My color preference is if you're going to dye like your quills and stuff, If you guys don't know, Robin raises quails and things like that. But if you're going to dye those, I would say like chartreuse. It's not going to give you a full chartreuse color just because, you know, the quail feathers are darker. But if I was going to dye something, it would be like a chartreuse or pink, or, you know, maybe just, I mean, I really would just like natural. I mean, the natural color of the quail is like, I mean, you know, so if you're wanting to send me a wing or something, Robin, or a couple wings, if that's what you're, because I know you'd said something about maybe that before. You just do what you want, girl. You send me what you send me. I am not a I'm I mean, I use it. I I don't have right now. I have no quail, none. You send me some, I use them. But let's get back to doing some actual tying here. And you know what? I haven't had no coffee this whole time. I should find my coffee cup. Is there any coffee cup or coffee in my cup, dear? It's probably a good thing because then I won't have to pee. Mm-hmm. Okay, we was doing still. I gotta do 4 more of these little dudes to just get them out of the way. These are actually going in a box for sale, guys. Yeah, Robin, you want to just send me some naturals? That would be just awesome. You know, you want to dye them? I'll use them dyed. Surprise me. I gotta finish. I had to think of what I was doing. I'm gonna finish these ones real quick too, so just get them whipped out of the way. See, look, that feather slipped on me because I loosened my tension on it. So I'm gonna just go back in there and just wrap it tight. Tight enough you don't break the thread. These but like I was saying, these are for um an order, so I just got to finish them. The good thing about this order was, you know, it's tie what I want. So I like when they go, "Hey, give me a dozen jigs, but just give me something." And I'm like, "What color you want?" And they go, "I don't care, just do something." Ooh, I'll take some of that. I appreciate it, Robin. Yeah, I'll use that stuff for sure. May not be on jigs, but it'll be on some flies. There's been some like I know that Missy said that she liked doing the flies more than she did the jigs, and some people do. Hey Fresno, how you doing? Yeah, there's I have a friend that he rather tie flies, but he really likes to uh, fish for, you know, trout and stuff like that in other states. So the this last week was a real good week for fishing though. We had that cold come through on Sunday, and man, I started shivering uncontrollably. And then even when I got home after fishing with the guys from Pond Hopper that day, Mike's in here, or if he's still in here, he was in here. See, that thing rolled on me. Yeah, these black nickel ones, guys, just be mindful of that. And before I try to lock all that down and do that, I'm just gonna not waste material, just waste my time. I don't like it when they slip. And sometimes they just do. You don't go, oh, I see why some of that. I didn't wrap back up over it more, just kind of led up to it. Can't speak right. Okay, so see if I can get that piece back in there. Yeah, just like, I mean, everybody remembers back, if you're old enough, you remember, oh, Bob Ross on PBS, he was all like, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. Yeah, right. There's mistakes. I make them all the time. I just back them up and redo. If when I'm painting, if you guys don't know, I do draw and paint a lot. So, not as much anymore, these last few years, just because I've been doing other things. But um, when you're painting, there's a little difference. You're not going to erase that tree or that mountain or that fence or whatever as easy as you would, when you're doing a nature scene like that, as easy as you would if you were doing something else. So. But yeah, no, my coffee's probably cold because it's been over there for how long we've been up here now? 51 minutes. Yeah, my coffee's cold. But I don't care. It's coffee. I'll drink it. I am not picky. I am the guy that I will drink coffee cold. I will drink coffee hot. I prefer it hot, but I will drink it cold. Like I said, I used to build houses back in the day when I was a young man, and your coffee got cold on the job site, trust me. Make me lock that thing on there now. Come on, get off of there. Yeah, Fresno. I'm gonna go fishing here after a little while myself, so hopefully you catch something, bud. Morning, polar bear, Chad. Thanks for coming in. This is like watching Bob Ross. Well, that's what I was saying is like, I mean, sometimes you just got to undo it and start over. And, he was back in the day, he was like one of the main guys on TV that talked about, like if you have something, that you're not happy with, don't get upset over it. Just, deal with it and change it a little bit, do what you can. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Tree lures.
Make some tree lures. I'll bet you I can make a lure that looks like a Christmas tree. Almost sounds like a challenge. But I'll get this done, and maybe I might even be able to deliver it today. And then how many I got of those? 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. On my little boxes, I got. I don't even know if I have any little boxes left. I might have to buy some more today. Here's my day trip today. Let's see. I need to go back up real quick. I missed some chat while we're sitting here. It went pretty quick. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Tribulations Ready Survival. That's Mike from Pond Hopper. He went with us on Sunday, and we caught some pretty nice crappie, and he caught a couple really nice crappie too. Well, all his crappie were nice. All of our crappie were nice, I should say. But okay, I wanted to go back far enough to make sure that I didn't miss nothing. Okay, Dave, on Friday mornings I can read chat. Wow. your full screen. Well, yeah, we could do that, Robin. I don't think of things like that until I'm already on here and we're already, away with everything. Okay, I'm going to read what Mike says. Bob Rod once again said he didn't know how to cook, but burnt a Kool-Aid. That would, yeah. I actually have a set. I mean, got a couple sets of Bob Ross paints. They were really good acrylics, and then the oils that I have of his, I still have those, and I bought that set 15 years ago or so, and I still have a lot of that left. Some of the colors I'm completely out, but I haven't painted in a few years, guys. But like I was saying, is this poster behind me, my logo or whatever, I drew the crappie, that you see up here, and that's on my stickers and all that. I drew the crappie with a Sharpie. So, and then I took it over to the t-shirt guy next door, Steve, my friend, right here. You can check him out at myteamgear.com. There's his plug. But I took it over there, and he's like, "Yep." He scanned it into his machine and added the font and the lettering, and then off we went. Had some shirts, and then on my new design, it has the reel and everything, and the rod surrounding my logo. I drew that with the Sharpie, and then they kind of cleaned up the circle a little bit for me. That's too long. Kind of cleaned up the circle for me. So when I drew the rod, it was not as smooth and straight as what the computer could do. So he cleaned that. They cleaned that up. So. But I love drawing. Yeah, thanks, Robin. Yeah, I'm gonna start having guests back up, guys. But this is how I'm gonna do it. I was just saying, hey, pop up and what have you, and then I had a moment, and I was like, just to be a little bit more, I don't know how to say it without being, the way, being mean or nothing. To do what I want because it's my channel and I'll do what I want on my channel. I'm going to start inviting guests, just like what a lot of people do. I mean, like Panfish Nation, they have guests. Catfish and Crappie, they have. He'll have a guest once in a while. Mark does. Catfish Weekly, they'll have guests. Wednesday night, James Dockery will have a guest. It's usually Lyle, but if you want a not G-rated program, you can go check them out. James Dockery needs some love. So, but there's another one of them little ones, and now I have 5 of them. So we'll switch to a different color. I think we just do orange. Do some orange, and for my orange, I'm going to use some of this fancy chenille. If I can get my bag open. Tim Molina, I don't think I said hi to you. Hey, bud, how you doing? But yeah, I'm going to start inviting guests. And Robin, I would love to have you up one time. And then, but here's going to be the thing is if you want to come up and be a guest on my show, you can just come up and talk, just like help read chat or whatever, or you can break out your vice and we can tie together. That's kind of my goal is I want to tie with people. Get my junk bag of feathers out. Find my little. Sometimes when you buy Hackle, guys, Hackle will come to where like maybe they got some like down the here. I'll show you. Okay, this is a marabou, but it has the rib in the middle that you can see the quill. Okay, sometimes you'll get some that's really long on the feather part of it, and it's the same with the Hackle. There's a piece of hackle. Sometimes you'll get some that are really long, so they'll make really long jigs. But then sometimes you'll get a pack where you got these little bitty ones like this, really short hair. See how short that hair is? And these are the ones that I want to use for my little bitty jigs. And now you can just go ahead and tie on that one piece again, but in my opinion, you're wasting the whole feather. So on these ones, I'm gonna clip the feather as I go and show you. I want to learn how to tie. Well, Thumpaholic, I'm not the greatest person in teaching how to tie, but you are on one of the right channels. I just do the best I can do and do with. I should have changed that thread over to orange. Is that a 140? Yeah. I'm going to change that thread over, guys. That black might show through on the straight orange because this is going to be orange and yellowy orange. But today, the plans for me, when we're done here, spend a little time with my wife before I run off and leave. But I'm going to go to Ziner's. I got supplies to get to make y'all some pretty jigs. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Robin. Yeah, split shot. Yeah, it is like it gets addictive, and I get to where I mean, technically you only need like maybe 6 different jigs in your box. So 6 colors will catch a wide array of things. So you could do like a red head, a black body, and a white tail. That is like one of the classics. Another classic is all chartreuse or all yellow or all white. Another good classic is a pink head, a chartreuse body, and a white tail, not a gray tail. And those are like some mainstays, in the plastic. I mean, in the jig community. Another really good one is the pink head, white tail, and purple body. That is like a older, style. Like recently, the one that has been really hot, the last 10 years, I think, is the red or pink head, a dark olive to a black body with a chartreuse or a white tail. So those are kind of, I mean, I know that you can, with just those small colors, you can make a wide array of, jig colors and what have you. But, you don't want to get too carried away with trying to figure everything out. Now, and also the other thing is in your feather pack, you'll see how, like, I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but like these feathers are darker than these feathers, and like they threw one in that's like really wonky. So, but on that one feather, that wonky feather right there, there's like on these size of jigs, there's probably 6 jigs hiding just in the marabou side of this feather. But what I want to do is I want to do what I mean, I don't know what you call this style of tying, but I just, clip and go, I guess. So I know my fingers are kind of in the way, but tie on your feather and lock that feather down. Okay. Then you're going to come back and you're going to pick your length. So if you cut it way back here, these feathers are going to be like back here. And if you cut it up here, and what I do is right at the shank is about where I cut. So see, there's you one little set. It's not very much. So turn your feather over so it curves the other way, because there's a curve to your feather. Set that on there. And then lock that one on. And as you can see, I'm moving the head pretty good. So I'm pulling some tension. Then I got to get to where I can see it. But then you can get to where you can get them all the exact same length just by where you clip that little piece at. And I think one more set. So out of this one feather, I will get 2 full jigs. So there you go. There's 3 clippings to make a feather. That way you don't have no waste. Boy, these darker shirts show these light jigs up really well. Morning, Viking. How you doing? Make sure we're... What would I recommend for a bass jig? Basically, okay, Mike, that gizzard shad jig that you used, we could tie those, but we tie them on a netty. So you can tie bucktail on this, and the actually this morning, Anthony Yakshore, he messaged me this morning, and he said that he would like for me to make some of these. Man, I'm trying to get to where you can see that wire. There you go. He would like for me to make some of these Ned rigs in the bucktail, like I've made him some before. And where I tie that bucktail is right here. The problem is when he wants to add a rubber trailer to it, he can't get the rubber bait up over that to keep it in place. So my solution is I'm going to put a bait keeper pin on there, whether it's a corkscrew or just a straight with a double barb, and that will be the solution. But you'll still have the bucktail, and then you'll be able to run a netty. But what I do is once you have a bucktail on this, if you just take and put through the jaw, up under the mouth and through the nose, you can put a minnow on there and trail a minnow back and stuff like that. But the purpose of a Ned is so it stands up. If y'all didn't know that, I mean, they really stand well. So, but I'm going to go designers today. I'm going to see what we got going on over there as far as what they have for spike studs for the bait, or if I'm going to have to just get some screw-ons or what we got. I just have not had to do that yet, but that's my solution to that problem. Hey, Fishing Fever. Yeah. Hey, sometimes we're late. I've been late on this show myself a few times, and sometimes 10 minutes late. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is, here's my color I got going for these guys. It's this little bicolored chenille. So, see, don't those look good? Those be some little bluegill getters or some nice winter crappie. And if you guys don't know, these are my new 1/80th jigs. I got this mold from Rusty. I couldn't think for a minute. I talk to so many people and I see so many, so much stuff that I have trouble with names, guys. But this little dude will do great. I know it's hard to see. I'm trying, guys. Here, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you be able to see it really easy. I'll take a picture of it. My phone wanted to focus on my finger. Now it's going to be too bright. You can't see it. There you go. Got a wild hair sticking off the back side of that thing. I see it in the picture. And I'm going to take care of it. Maybe. There we go. I took care of that wild hair, so now nobody has to worry about it. But what else I was going to say was, before it gets too late here, because we only got about another 10 minutes or so. If you're running them bigger jigs, man, I wish I would have. You know what? I think my box is sitting over here. Let me grab it. Yep. My box was still inside the house. I thought it was in the truck. Okay, here's my personal box. I know I've shown this before, but not on my live, I don't think. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Okay, so this is my personal box. You see, these are my main colors that I stick with myself. So you can see there's a few oddballs in there. And like this blue and white one right here, that one has been used quite a few times. I bet you that one jig has probably caught 50 fish and it's still holding together. Well used. And then up here you see at the top is my uh, shad jigs, my hybrid jigs, whatever you want to call them jigs. You know, this, all of these over here. And then in this pack, since they're my personal, I have what I have left of my bobber stops. So now what I want to show you is these are one of the hybrid jigs that we're using. The gizzard shad is what I call this one. And this is what me and Mike and Jared and Rex was all using that day we went out and caught. So this one has been used, so he's a little tuffled up. This one caught some of the fish the other day. So the purple's kind of wore down a little bit, you know, where I have that purple strip up over the front. So, but what I do is get you a spinner, a beetle spinner. When them crappie and the bass are chasing stuff, you can't go wrong. You just always want to put these things on backwards. All right. Put that thing on there and you run that thing just like that, like a beetle spin. There's your bass lure. And I can tie big ones. I still have a couple of these big ones up here. Catch my whole cabinet. All right. This one's been sitting up there a little bit collecting dust. But see, look at that jig. You put that jig up to the ones we were using the other day. That's a jig. And you run that on a beetle spin, you better get a bigger blade so it'll hold it up. But that would be a bass lure right there. Jody's in here. I seen that. Hi, Jody. How are you doing? So I missed all kinds of chat sitting there talking, guys. This stuff's going so fast today. Okay, so Mike, there's your big bass jig that I would recommend. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody commenting on anything. Everybody just talking to each other. You guys talk so fast, I have trouble keeping up. Fishing fever, it's all right being late to my show. It's okay. Okay, I think I'm caught back up. Okay. Anyways, hi everybody. Hey Mark. I last night you did good on good covering for Lyle. I hope he's doing okay. I know you said he just was a little hoarse, had a little bit of congestion or something going on or whatever, but it's still, you know, it's rough to be sick, especially in this era where everybody just freaks out about somebody being sick. I've had a couple friends just get over the BS that we talk about that we're not supposed to talk about and don't want to get monetized. You know, the C word. He had it, and it kind of hit him a little bit hard. But you know what's funny is he's had all of the things that you're supposed to get that they want you to get, and he just still got it. So we just will keep it there and don't say no more because I will go on a rant. All right. Cody! How you doing, bud? If I take Jody's wrench away, she'll time me out. You'll time her out. What did she say something? Mess with me, Jody. I'll take your wrench away. Oh. Yeah, I need to get some more people wrenches, but I just for right now we're just gonna be nice, everybody. I'll try to keep my mouth shut and be nice myself. It's hard sometimes. But anywho, my plans for today, get back to that. I'm going to Designers. I'm going to Designers. Then after I go to Designers, angling supplies, I am going fishing. I think so. I got Gregory's not back yet, and I'm sure he'll want to go because we're gonna go back and see if we can get some more of them big old crappie. But today we're gonna do two things. We're gonna do jigging and drop shotting. This is what happened Sunday. We went out there and the bite was not all that great on the Gizzard Shad jigs. It was still there, but that cold front come through. I was shivering and I couldn't handle it. So I started drop shotting after I seen Jared drop shot. Jared threw out, he drop shot, and bam, crappie. But he was using like a 3-inch uh, plastic or something. I don't know, silver or whatever. And he caught one right off the bat. Then we were all using jigs, catching stuff off the jigs. And then all of a sudden, the bite slowed down and Jared went back to the drop shot. But he would decided, well, Gregory, actually, I think what happened was Gregory caught a crappie on a worm on his jig. He just had a jig head and he caught a worm or put a worm on it and caught a crappie. So, wait a minute. Hey, real time. Hey, Mr. Parker, how you doing, bud? But Gregory caught a crappie on a worm on a jig head. So Jared got his drop shot pole back out and put a whole worm on there and threw it out, and he started pulling in crappie like crazy. So then we all started drop shotting for crappie with a worm, like a whole worm, like a night crawler, like the big whole night crawler. We were drop shotting and we were catching these crappie. So that's my plan. I'm going to go. Oh, see, I got excited talking about stuff. I forgot to put the feather on it. But I'm gonna go drop shot for crappie today with a night crawler, and might pick up a catfish or two too. So the dog's saying somebody's outside, and it's the boys. Gregory, come here, come here. We're still live. Come here. Gregory went to the thrift store, guys. This is what he does every Friday. That's where they're at for the last hour and a half. Is we have 2 thrift stores in this town, and they go thrift store shopping. Okay, Mark needs more coffee. Be right back. So what'd you get, Gregory? Come here. Stand in front and show them. You might as well do a little show and tell what you got. Go, Rosie. Okay. What'd you get in there? Gregory bought a bunch of Hot Wheels and some more old cars. See, here's some old cars that Gregory bought. He paid $2 for this bag, and he paid $2 for this bag. And then he got this old truck for 50 cents. Old Jeep, I should say, not a truck. Probably was still more of a truck back then than what it is now. Now, if you go buy a new Jeep in the last 10 years, you're buying a station wagon or a van, a minivan that's been converted to four-wheel drive. Argue with me and I'll prove it. I'm not a big fan of Jeeps unless they're, early 2000s and older, when they were still real Jeeps, when they still used the AMC design 4.0 liter. Now they got minivan engines in them, and they may be all right vehicles, but I've seen more of the modern Jeeps, like 2008 to new. Those things, I went out to Black Bear Pass, and there was like Jeeps out there having issues where my Colorado just, even though I was scared and just going for it, trying to get off that mountain. But I've also got a buddy that has he has one of them four-door Jeeps, the big ones. His wheelbase is longer than mine. He gets hung up more than mine. He gets stuck in the mud out in our field. We have a place where we call Dave's Swamp Hole. And one of these days I'll go out there and show you. It's a mud hole that's 2 foot, and there's a spring right there. So it's always mucky ucky, and almost everybody gets stuck in it. But I have big enough tires on my Colorado, I just walk right through it. And I know that I'm being biased to my Chevy, but now if you want a real Jeep, you get like what my son had, where we had to redo it, and his was a 98 Jeep, little regular Jeep, 2 doors, soft top, regular Jeep. So I'm not bagging on the Jeep guys. You just paid $40,000 for something that you could have, if for $40,000, you could have built an old Jeep to a standard that you could go climb anything in this nation. But stock wise is what I'm getting at, guys. Stock versus stock. I would put my Colorado up to one of them four-door Jeeps any day. But they even did one better. They took the four-door, or they took the Colorado and the ZR1 Colorado, or ZR2, the ZR2 Colorado. They took it and pitted it up against the Ford Raptor, and guess who won? It wasn't the Raptor, buddy. So, sorry, Ford guys, if you paid $80,000 for your Raptor. I paid $40,000 for my truck, and that was too much. Now, modern vehicles, it don't matter what you drive; they're all the same. I made a bunch of people go away because I started talking about Jeeps. Started bashing on the Jeeps. No, I'm just not a big fan. They're too long. They're ugly, especially these new Jeep trucks. The new Jeep truck only hauls like 4,000 pounds or something like that. And my truck is a Chevy Colorado, but they're half tons. My truck tows 7,200 pounds, so I can actually tow a vehicle on a trailer if I wanted to. I'm not planning on it. I have once before, and it was kind of rough as far as the bounce. Yeah, he's gonna. Gregory's got autism. I mean, you guys see Gregory in my videos, and he doesn't talk. Well, the whole reason is he's got autism, but he likes what he likes, and he's probably got 1,000 Hot Wheels in his room, couple hundred Matchboxes, and then other of the knockoff brands and stuff that were out there. He just really, that's his thing. So he gets online and he looks at all the cars. He looks up all their values, and he does the same thing with coins too. Like anytime he gets any money, he's in his coin book, seeing if it's worth anything, stuff like that. And try to find a place to sell all that stuff. Good luck. But Jody misbehaving.
She needs a timeout.
I got to go back and see what she said. I was talking and wasn't paying attention. Well, I don't see what was said. But anyways, like earlier, Robin asked if was gonna, if she could come. We're gonna start having guests on here. I just need to figure out how to do, like send the whole link to somebody and all that or whatever. Or we can get up here and then I'll put the link and y'all can jump up and then I'll take the link down or I just won't click on anybody else to come in. We'll figure it out. I almost tied the wrong feather on there.
Yeah.
But I do want to have guests.
Yeah.
One of my first guests I do want to have is
Mhm.
probably Robin, and then Natural State Fishing. He wanted to come up, and I would like to have him on here too. And then I would love to have Mark on here tying with me, or Lyle, or any of you that want to come up and tie. But I want to, I want to pick who I have up. I don't want to just like send it out and say, here you go. That didn't work out once already. And as you can tell, I'm old school, set in my ways, and if I don't like something, I just won't do it. So I'm the guy that, you know, you hear about guys having willpower. Well, I'm like the master of willpower. Like I said, I was going to quit drinking. I quit drinking. I haven't had nothing to drink in probably 6 months. Naomi bought me a beer yesterday, and it took her, see, probably took her 3 hours to talk me into drinking it. I drank like, maybe 8 ounces of it, and I was like, yeah, stuff tastes like crap anymore. So I've been without beer probably 6 months until this, the other day, and she's like, "Here, just do it, just do it." And I took a drink of it, and I'm like, "No, yeah, I ain't doing it no more. It just don't taste right." Plus, you save so much money not drinking. If you drink a beer a day and your beer costs $3, think about it. That's 150, or $100 in a month. And if you drink two, you're 150 or more, or so that kind of money you can do a lot of things with. I want to get a boat. The boat I want is about $300 a month in payments. So, you know, probably won't end up with the boat just because I can't afford it right now. But one of these days. All right. Well, I got those 5 done. So I got 5 of these. I know they're hard to see, guys. I got 5 of my little baby gizzard Chad. And then I got 5 of these little pink head, gray tail, and green bodies. So those are all going in the order that I'm going to take care of today.
Yeah.
And I need warning so I can set my alarm. Need a warning for my show? Every Friday at 8:05. There's your warning, Mark. I'm just teasing, bud. You need to stop smoking. Now, there's something that's gotten really expensive. When I stopped smoking, here's my thing is because Mark, you're just a couple years older than me. I turned 50 this year, so I know you're just a couple years older. The thing is I quit smoking when I was what, 27, Naomi?
Something like that.
28, 27 or 28. I just gave it up. I just didn't buy no more. But there we go, and goes back to talking about the willpower thing. I've got people that have, said the wrong thing to me, did the wrong thing, talked to them for years, was friends with them for years. They mistreated me or my wife, and I just dropped them like a hot candle. I don't care. Bye. So, and I haven't talked to them since. Now, if they want to, be like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry I did you wrong," I'd be no problem. Like me and Mikey, my buddy that's been in, my videos for the last 6 months or so until just recently, me and him, we have no problems. He comes and goes as he pleases. He decided it was time for him to take off and go take care of some business. I was like, "Bye, see you later." "Look, you're not be going. Said I'm going." I was like, "Well, I'll miss you, but you gotta go. You gotta go. I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't gonna let nobody, just you do your thing. If you don't like it, move on. You don't like the way I am, move on. I don't like the way you are, I'll move on. Same with stuff. I don't like something, I ain't doing it. I'm stubborn that way. But anyways, guys, it's time for me to get off here. I got the 15 I wanted to tied, and I need to stretch my back out sitting here in this spot too long. I gotta go potty, even though I didn't drink no coffee. So I had my Wi-Fi coffee today. But you guys are awesome. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. That's right, Jody. You do you and be the way you are, because if you're phony, they're going to find out. Somebody somewhere, and I'm not the guy. I care about people. I care about the way people see me, as, the way I interact. Um, but like I said, if you got a problem, read between the lines. I don't care. I can drop something pretty quick. I'm kind of a-hole. I love people, but you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So, hey guys, I appreciate it. Like I said, remember, hit that like, subscribe. Y'all are awesome. We'll see you next Friday. If we don't see you sooner, I actually want to do like a pop-up live during the week, because there's been a few people are like, Friday mornings, Dave, I'm working. I just can't get in there. I watch you during the break. I do this, da 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 da. So, no, Jody, you're awesome. When you, you want to be a little ornery, that's fine. You can be a little ornery, just keep it clean. We don't care. So, but you guys, like I said, you're awesome. I'm gonna get out of here. I got things to do. I'm gonna see if I go fishing. I may go live while I go fishing if the bite's good enough. I just don't want to be on there live and then you guys have an hour between each fish, that kind of thing. So, hey, we'll see y'all. Go tie something. Bye, guys. Find the right button here. Okay. Bye again.